Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because, boys and girls, we're going to go over some wild and crazy things today. Star Wars Outlaws is a buggy and broken mess already, ladies and gentlemen. This game has just come out this week. If you have early access, people are already out there playing it. And for everybody else, it releases the full game releases for them on Friday. And needless to say, after what we'd seen, what we'd expected, and what we'd honestly predicted, it is that Star Wars Outlaws was going to be a broken and buggy mess. Why did we think that? Because we've seen this happen in the past. There was other studio recent reboots out there, some relaunches, some reimaginings that happened to one of our most beloved series out there, Saints Row. And of course, this was a game that we knew they were going to concentrate on all of the wonderful checkboxing, DEI, woke requirements out there. And the game came out as a broken and buggy mess besides all of the issues with that. Why is that? Because they concentrate more on diversity, inclusion, and equity in all their checkboxing than good quality storytelling and good quality gameplay. And even if you don't have a problem with the agenda, that reason alone should make you upset as a gamer out there. And boys and girls, we thought the first couple of bugs that they showed off in the IGN video was bad, but oh no, they hid the worst of it because it has gotten so much worse since then, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely insane. And there, according to that Park Place, a new ridiculously bad bug has been discovered in Ubisoft's upcoming Star Wars Outlaws. But boys and girls, if you've already read this article, there is more to it than that. The bug is this one was just the first of many, and we've got an entire laundry list of examples of more of this kind of absolute hot garbage and broken and buggy mess already. So ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, if you did believe that this game was going to be good, broken, and buggy, make sure you stick around because we are about to prove you that Common Nerd's prediction was absolutely spot on with this one. And it's not because I'm some kind of genius. It's because literally we've seen this happen before. Study your history, boys and girls, and you'll know what's coming with your future, because you make the same mistakes in the past, you're going to get the same results going forward. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details and show you off all of the most recent examples that people have been finding about how broken and buggy this game is already. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because ladies and gentlemen, we are just crossed 1,200. We're itching our way closer and closer to 1,300, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Always leave us a comment down below. Are you one of the people out there that pre-ordered this game? Are you somebody that's greatly disappointed by the stuff that you've already seen so far? Or is this a game you were actually out there looking forward to? Or considering Ubisoft and Lucasfilm's track record, there was no way you were going to touch this game with a 10-foot pole? Let us know what you think about all that down below. So from that Park Place and our dear sweet John F. Trent, a handful of players, oh, it's gotten much bigger than that since you wrote this article, John. A handful of players have discovered another ridiculously bad bug in Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws that sees the player character Kay Vess slide across the game's map after attempting a stealth assassination. Ex-user Okami13 shared a video of the bug, writing, "Star Wars Outlaws needs a few patches to deal with the bugginess. Kind of hard to do stealth when stuff like this happens." Obviously, this is one of the guys out there that was trying to be kind about this, but look at this right here. So we can go ahead, and we don't even need to mute, we don't even need the audio for this, but look at this, right? So watch as this goes along over here, because you're going to end up seeing this happen, right? You're trying to sneak around. This is a stealth mission. Now, watch what happens here when they grab this person. Now, this is somebody out. Look at this. Drags you all the way across the screen. It drags you all the way across the screen when you're trying to do a stealth attack and make it to where you're not caught. Obviously, completely and totally ending the stealth aspect of the mission, because now you've literally got everybody and their mother paying attention to you and seeing what goes on, and now announcing your world to the entire area. Yeah, just a little bit of brokenness there. And like I said, these are people that are in favor of this game. These are people out here trying to promote this game and be nice about this. This is another one. It's the similar kind of thing as well. Okami's not the only one. This guy also, PlayStation Size, also shared the thing where the exact same thing happens again. Now, he says this is the same location. The only one fun in my time in the plus 30-hour playthrough is what he says here. Now, what's funny about this too is there was a lot of complaints when the first trailers of this game were dropped and the first gameplay was released, looking like it was an unfinished game, or in like the kind of stuff that I talked about in some of my past videos, it literally looked like Shadows of the Empire from your Nintendo 64 days. It is not the AAA game, but they are asking you to pay to upwards $120 for the full package deal on this game in order to get all of the missions. Yes, $120 for a game that looks like this. And this is one of the other things too. Ubisoft flat out said after complaints, this was brought up at their industry meeting, at their quarterly reports annual thing, asking this because of the quality of the graphics, was there going to be a delay? And they said, no, the game is locked in. It is coming out no matter what. There will be no delays whatsoever because it's all about the agenda and you've got to push that stuff forward right away. And this is just many examples of this. As Grums points out right here, this is like Cyberpunk all over again, but without the good gameplay. Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws and also Disney Lucasfilm. This is a Disney Star Wars product. And yes, Ubisoft is responsible for making the game, but holy cow, the lack of oversight to release this kind of buggy and broken game is absolutely insane. Look at this right here. You've got a character model that you're walking by that's sitting here on the ground that I'd imagine you're supposed to be interacting with. No arm, no hands, and no head on the character. This is something that is a finalized game that is being released to the public audiences that are asking you for $120 for. This is ridiculous. And we'll get into the uglification of this absolutely gorgeous actress here in just a second. But here's another example of this one as well. Grim Hollywood, Star Wars Outlaws is 100% bug-free because that's what they told you that it was going to be, even after immediately IGN has to come out with their own review and said the game has got a bunch of technical glaring problems that you will not be able to avoid. And this is another example. Hey, you want to hop on a speeder and run off because of that fancy new racer speeder, which by the way apparently makes you faster than a pod racer at this point with all of the upgrades, because of course K-Vest is the bestest ever. Wham and power go. Check this broken nonsense out. Look at this. Literally mounts, you can watch this go on. You tried it, you mounted, you're obviously supposedly on it, the character models are, but your character model gets literally left behind as the ship takes off. And you can literally still see, like as you're doing the buttons for these movements, you can see the character model moving, but is literally nowhere to, and you're literally racing off and leaving your character model behind. Complete, yes, this game is broken and completely bug free. Holy cow, this is abysmally bad. Here's another one. Needs a few patches with the bugginess, and this is the stealth issue that we just went over a second ago. This is another example of the stealth broken buggy issues of this game, because check this out right here. Stealth mission. Obviously, K-Vest is standing right there in the middle of the Star Wars game with all of these stormtroopers out there looking at him, but apparently none of them see her. None of them see her, even though she's literally got one of these guys standing right behind her. He's clearly more distracted by the other enemies out there. He can't possibly see. This just shows you how bad their vision really is. Oh, wait, she's able to shoot him in the head. And now all of a sudden, everybody else in the game all of a sudden notices that she's here. And now all of a sudden they decide, this is broken. This is insane. This is glitchy. This is beyond devastatingly bad. It's just absolutely broken and an absolute mess. This is so bad, and it gets worse right over here as well, because look at this nonsense as well, because this is what you saw in the trailer. Look at that character model, how lovely that looks right there. Oh wait, boys and girls, this is what you get in the actual in-game model. Somehow from the trailer to the end-game model, they have made an already plain Jane character downright absolute hideous. And the worst part about all of this, the absolute worst part about all of this is what they have done to this gorgeous girl right here. This is the person right here that they were modeling this character off of. She is gorgeous, and this is what we got in the game. And it gets worse because, like I said, this is the woman that this game is supposed to be modeled after, and this is what we got in game. This is an absolute travesty. This is an absolute travesty. This girl is gorgeous. She is hot. She is wonderful, and she is out there being nothing but positive, trying to promote this game as well. Give her all the credit in the world, because this is absolute trash. This is absolute garbage. And like we said earlier, this is after them talking about saying that this game was going to be fine, that everything was going to be perfectly great on game day. They were not going to stop this no matter the complaints that they were absolutely in whatsoever. This thing is nuts. On top of all of this, Doom Troopers just allow Vesta to just put the room around instead of shooting it. And it's the exact same thing that we just saw in these broken trailers. It's one of them situations over and over again. Look at this. Look at this takedown. I mean, look, she slaps him in the back of the head, and that is enough to completely and totally take out a stormtrooper with literal armor, a helmet on his head. Yes, a simple casual smack in the back of the head by a 5'0" female is enough to take things out. Boys and girls, this is what happens when they concentrate on diversity and equity and inclusion and checking all of their boxes. And of course, the absolute uglification of gorgeous and stunning women like this right here. You get broken gameplay, buggy things that don't work, because just like everything else, they want to prioritize they want to prioritize all of their checkboxes over storytelling and quality gameplay. Even when the complaints came out from the initial first looks about, even from people that are sympathetic to this company and to a lot of the Ubisoft's kind of diversity, inclusion, and equity requirements, all of those people out there tried complaining, tried saying something, tried making their voices heard. And at the time, it's not like it's unprecedented. You can have something come out and everybody go, ooh, this looks really bad. And you can go back to the shelf, you can go back out there and fix it, and then end up getting the respect of your fans because you heard their complaints and you went back and corrected the problem. But guess what, boys and girls? They don't care about your complaints because they are better than you. They think they are faster, stronger, and smarter than everyone else has ever come before. They believe they are on the right side of history, and you are nothing more than a bigot that they will teach you a lesson to by making a broken and busted game. I'll tell you right now, this is going to be a wonderfully horrendous, bad year for Ubisoft, and I cannot wait to report on it, because between Assassin's Creed Shadows and Ubisoft Star Wars Legacy, Lucasfilm, Disney Star Wars is not only a broken franchise, but Ubisoft is now going to be a broken company because of the result of putting out broken and bad and disastrous dumpster fire games like this. Boys and girls, if this is the kind of brokenness we're getting out of Star Wars as Ubisoft Outlaws, I cannot wait to see how bad and broken Assassin's Creed Shadows is, because holy cow, boys and girls, it's going to be a rough year for Ubisoft. And guess what? They get exactly what they deserve. After all, they chose this path to walk it, and now they're going to deal with the consequences of it.